Aha! There we are. Hello, folks. It's Phil O'Neill, Furious Rally Sports. We kind of get centered up in the camera. I don't know. I'm trying to move around here and look at that at the same time and look at you up there. How are you doing tonight? 7 o'clock, just past 7 o'clock Central Time, and we're just a few moments away from the 2024 Major League Baseball All-Star Game from Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. I must say, looking up the lineups and looking up the information that I have about these teams, I don't know if I would want to be any all-star team of any period going against either one of these teams. They are that loaded, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. And I also must tell you that when I did my initial research for the game and I started looking up the players and who was playing, I had a heck of a time with the pronunciation. There would be one place would say one thing on a pronunciation and another place would say another. So forgive me if I missed some of those this evening, but I did as best as I could to prepare ahead of time. Now let me go ahead and take you in here on another camera shot that I'm going to use. Give me just a second here. And, yeah, there we go. Let's see. Take a look here. How you doing, everybody? By the way, the chat is open. I will try to look at that on occasion. Not sure how often I'll be able to look at that. But tonight, what a game we should have for you. National League bats first. And let's go ahead and go through the starting lineups. Let me see. The National League, for the National League batting first, playing second base from the Diamondbacks, Ketel Marte. That guy, that's what a great guy to start the National League lineup with. And then who are you hitting second? Second now he's hitting. The DH from the Dodgers. Who else, I guess, if I'm saying DH from the Dodgers? Shohei Ohtani bats second. Your number 3 hitter. Now, the Phillies are loaded. We know this. It's the shortstop from Philadelphia, Trey Turner. Your number 4 hitter, well, his teammate follows him up. First baseman, Bryce Harper. Batting 5th, catcher, it's been real consistent this year, William Contreras from the Brewers. The 6th hitter, this guy, I mean, he had such a great career, and then I think, what was it, last year or the year before, he had a little bit of a down season, but he is an all-star this year. Christian Yelich from the Brew Crew in right field, again batting 6th. Yet another Philly in the starting lineup, 3 of them, and that is Alec Bohm, the third baseman. He will hit 7th. Teoscar Hernandez, the Dodgers, he will play center field. And he won the home run derby last night, if I read correctly. I didn't see it, but wow. Bobby Witt Jr., I guess he beat. And then Jurickson Profar bats 9th from the Padres, playing left field. Let's go through the American League lineup real quick. Like I said, these lineups are just, if you're a pitcher, the thing always has been with all-star games, pitching usually beats hitting, right? I looked up the last 5 games. The National League won last year. American League won the 4 prior. And so what? Typically, in the All-Star games, it's premium on pitching. The pitching basically outpaces the hitting. But here's that American League starting lineup. Batting first from the Guardians, the left fielder Stephen Kwan. Your shortstop, batting second, is from the Orioles. It's Gunnar Henderson. Then you've got Juan Soto from the Yankees, the right fielder. He will hit 3rd. Aaron Judge, who else would clean up, right? The center fielder from the Yanks. Your 5th hitter is Jordan Alvarez from the Astros, the DH. I'm not kidding you. I heard all 3 different pronunciations, from pronunciation guides to on-air broadcasts from Major League Baseball. So there you go. The number 6th hitter for the AL is Jose Ramirez from the Guardians. He plays 3rd. Vlad Guerrero Jr., the first baseman. Can you believe that guy's batting 7th? That's the kind of lineup the AL has. The 8th hitter is Adley Rutschman. the catcher from the O's, and then the number 9 hitter, which was not, somehow I misprinted that on my sheet here. Look at my scorecard. It's Marcus Semien, the second baseman. He will be batting 9th for the American League. We're doing the national anthem here now. I could get up and do that, but we're here to talk about the game, right? So let me go through some of the National League backup players. Listen to me. Oh, by the way, let me go through the starting pitchers. Paul Skeens for the Pirates starts for the National League, and it's Corbin Burns starting from the Orioles for the AL. Boy, that's quite a pitching matchup there. National League's backups or reserves, pitchers, backups. Listen to me. C.J. Abrams from the Nationals at short. Pete Alonso from the Mets at first. Luis Arraez from the Padres also first. Shortstop Mookie Betts from the Dodgers. Shortstop Ellie De La Cruz from the Reds. You have Freddie Freeman, the first baseman from the Dodgers. Ryan McMahon from the Rockies at third. Outfielder Jackson Merrill from the Padres. DH Marcell Ozuna from the Braves. That's kind of interesting. I kind of thought his career was dead a couple of years ago, but here he is. Now, here's a pronunciation that I think I have right. Spelled Heliot Ramos, Elliot Ramos. That's what I found online, so hopefully it's correct. The outfielder from San Francisco. Brian Reynolds, the outfielder from the Pirates, and Will Smith catching from the Dodgers. Those are most of the position players that are available for the National League. You also have right-handed pitcher Reynaldo Lopez from the Braves, left-handed pitcher Christopher Sanchez from the Phillies, left-handed pitcher Tanner Scott from the Marlins, also Matt Strahm from the Phillies, left-hander, the right-hander Robert Suarez from the Pods, and Logan Webb, the right-hander from the Giants. So there you go. That is the National League. Just a second. Got to clear my throat there. I didn't figure you'd want to hear that. For the American League, there are reserves for tonight and their pitchers. Outfielder Jarren Duran from the Red Sox. David Fry, the utility player from the Guardians. Outfielder Riley Green from the Tigers. First baseman Josh Naylor from the Guardians. It's Isaac Paredes from the Rays, the third baseman. I had to look that one up, and I heard a few different pronunciations for the first and the last name. So there you go. Salvador Perez, the catcher from the Royals. Bobby Witt Jr. finished second in the home run derby last night, the shortstop, also from Kansas City. The Orioles' Jordan Westburg, third baseman, he is in reserve tonight for the AL. Also, outfielder Anthony Santander. There we go. Anthony Santander of the Orioles. And here's what's funny about that. I heard Santander. I heard several pronunciations for that one. Also, shortstop Corey Seager from the Rangers and Tyler Anderson from the Angels, left-handed pitcher. Let's see. What else? We have Mason Miller from the A's as a right-hander. Cole Reagan's lefty from the Royals. The Tigers, Tarek Skubal, the left-handed pitcher. And then right-handed pitching, Kirby Yates from the Rangers. Also right-handed pitcher Andres Munoz from the Mariners. How about this? Nolan Ryan's coming out to throw the first pitch. How about he could still throw it from the top of the hill? I think that's where he's going, too. Let's see. The substitutes, or I shouldn't say the reserves, I should say, that will not be playing, or the players that won't play tonight, include outfielder Fernando Tatis Jr. from the Padres. He's injured. He was originally selected as a starter. You also have right-handed pitcher Tyler Glasnow from the Dodgers. He's injured. Zach Wheeler from the Phillies will not pitch. Ryan Helsley from the Cardinals will not pitch. Ranger Suarez from the Phillies and Chris Sale from the Braves. Those pitchers will not be available for tonight. That's for the NL. For the AL, it's Jose Altuve who will not play from the Astros. Also outfielder Kyle Tucker. Shortstop Carlos Correa from the Twins. Rafael Devers from the Red Sox, the third baseman, and also right-handed pitcher Logan Gilbert from the Mariners. Those players not available but were selected for the All-Star team. So there you go. So we're about ready for this game to start. And here's something funny. I fill out my scorecard, and I filled it out in reverse. I should have the National League on the left and the American League on the right, but that's okay. We'll flip back and forth when we need to. Let's see. Corbin Burns starting for the American League, and let me check something here real quick for you. Let's see. I'm trying to take a look. I think I can still see over there, can I? Yeah. Burns 9-4 with a 2.43 ERA. Pretty impressive. 118.2 innings pitched. And then he faces the phenom, Paul Skeens. Wow, 6-0, 1.90 ERA. Has pitched much less innings, 66.1, but he has been impressive as well. I think both of them deserve that. Of course, Burns used to play for the Brewers this year, playing for the Orioles. That big trade, what was that, back in the winter? Not that trades aren't always in the winter, but you get the point. What a starting lineup, though, for both teams tonight. Low dead. Last year's game, 3-2 was the final. National League got the win. And so everybody's kind of moving around out there. We're about ready for the game to begin. So I think almost. I think they'd said the game time was going to be about 7:16 for the start of it. So I'll stand up here in a little bit and we'll call the game. How's that? Welcome. Glad you're here. Phil O'Neill, Furious Rally Sports. Enjoying the festivities, I guess, a little bit before the 2024 Major League Baseball All-Star Game. We'll talk more about some of these players as I get into the game. It's one of those things where, as a broadcaster, I know a lot of them take a lot of notes and have things written down. To me, if you wrote down all the stuff you'd have to have in your head, you'd have to have a desk in front of you that's, as big as a door, I think. So really don't quite have that real estate here, and even if I did, I wouldn't want to. It's tough to watch the game, look down at your stats, look at your information, and so I just kind of try to put it in my own memory banks, and most of the time it stays. Most of the time. I mean, Yeah, we're just about at game time here. I think we're in a little bit of we'll call it a break, if you will. So speaking of that, let me show you my friends in the background, and you can say hello to them. It's, once again, Phil O'Neill, Furious Rally Sports 2024 Major League Baseball All-Star Game comes at you in just a few moments. Hang in there. I know you will. There we go. How's it going, folks? It's Phil O'Neill here. Furious Rally Sports 2024 Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Just moments away now. I think the game time was slated to start at 7:15 local time, or 7:16. So we're, about a minute away now? It's 7:16. So here we go. They're still doing some luminary. Well, no, wait a minute. They were zooming around with the drone here. That's from earlier. So I believe they have another first ball being thrown out. Or no, the ball's just being placed on the mound. So, okay. Someone from the Boys and Girls Town of America. So that's a nice thing. Luke Wilson, the actor, with them as well. So, okay. Corbin Burnes, let's see what you got, man, on the hill. They're interviewing him before he steps on the hill. I don't know. We've discussed this with friends about, does it really is it a distraction with all the real-time interaction that the players have with the broadcasters? It's 2024. I need to get used to those kind of ideas, but it does make me wonder. I'd be like, man, I want to pitch here. So, okay, so let's go through the 1, 2, 3 to start the game off with from the National League. It's Ketel Marte, the second baseman, then Shohei Ohtani at DH, and then Trey Turner, the shortstop, for the NL to start it off. And if they get on, Bryce Harper. Wow, doing 2 on-field interviews. Yeah, okay. Marcus Semien, they're talking. Semien, I should say, they were talking to. There's another name that I looked that up. I saw 2 different pronunciations, but I believe Semien is the correct one. Although I've also seen Semien or Semen. So I don't know. I'm going with Semien. Okay. Again, it's Marte, Ohtani, Turner, Harper. 1, 2, 3, 4. Contreras, Yelich, Bohm. 5, 6, 7, and Teoscar Hernandez, Jurickson Profar to round out the lineup for the NL to start with. Man, there's a lot of people on the bench that'll get some playing time too. Burnes now up on the hill for the NL. Again, 9-4, 2.43 ERA in 19 starts. Third lowest ERA in the major leagues. And there's another guy that's got a little bit lower ERA, and that's the starter for the National League. Let's go ahead and, how about that, huh? Let's go up here on the high side. Feel like you're in a crow's nest, huh? I'm going to back up here. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. All right, so Ketel Marte enlists the umpires, 6 umpires for tonight's game. They ain't going to miss any calls there, are they? Not going to miss anybody at all, I don't think. So now, once again, Ketel Marte, the left-handed hitter facing Corbin Burnes. Burnes throws kind of from the belt, stretch, and the pitch. First one, fastball, up and out. 97 miles per hour, misses. So the 2024 All-Star Game on Furious Rally Sports is underway. Thanks for joining me. The 1-0, fastball outside edge, middle, strike to Ketel Marte. The 1-1 coming from Burnes. He's set now, and fastball, changeup, ripped to first, making the play and flipping over to Burnes for the out. Good play there by Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That was hit hard, but first out of the inning and of the game for the NL. I'm going to write down the score here. And here's the man, at least one of the current ones anyway, Shohei Ohtani, DHing tonight and batting what? He's batting second. Just started, top of the first, 1 out, no score, NL and AL, all-star game of the major leagues. Burns, first pitch to Ohtani. Fastball at 95, upper outer edge. Wow, they called that a cutter. That was a cutter? Sometimes I think the graphics don't quite get things right. Pitch that's inside, also called a cutter at 95. 1-1 now to Ohtani from Corbin Burns. I'll talk a little bit about the uniforms these teams are wearing here in a little bit. The 1-1. It's a cutter again. That thing moved right to left, in on the hands of Ohtani. Swings and misses. Strike 2. Now that time I saw the cut. You could see it just kind of zing right in on the hands of Ohtani. 2 strikes now on Shohei. 1 out. Top of the first, no score. NLAL. The Dodgers' Ohtani awaits the 1-2. Ooh, just missed. Changeup, 89 on the outer lower corner edge. Just missed. Count even at 2. Burns set. Fires home. No. Breaking ball low. Curveball and inside. Fills the count. Dangerous guy to fill the count on, I would say, right, with Shohei. Burns is 2.43 ERA. Ohtani awaits. That 3-2 is up and out, ball 4. So Ohtani walks, and that'll be Trey Turner, the shortstop from Philadelphia. American League's last 10 games, they're 2.5 runs a game. That's all. Actually, the National League, 2.5 runs a game, 201 average. So they've struggled against the American League pitching. So 1 out, but the 1 out walk to Ohtani, and this is, again, Turner. He pops it up to center field. Should be a can of corn there, and the play made by Aaron Judge. There are 2 outs here in the top of the first. My poor old pencil, the lead keeps wanting to go, keeps wanting to disappear back in my pencil. All right, so it's Bryce Harper now from Philadelphia, of course, the first baseman, 301, 21 homers on the season, has batted in 61, his 8th All-Star selection. So there is a runner at first. Ohtani walked with 1 out. First pitch is a curveball. Wow, outside corner at 80, outside middle edge, if you will, 0-1. Not much of a lead for Ohtani. Why would there be in an All-Star game? Fastball, 96, strike, right pretty much down the middle. Now 0-2. Well, let's see what Harper gets here. High cheese from Burns, maybe? Perhaps? The 0-2 with 2 outs here in the first. And Harper, excellent job hitting. Hits it to left field into the corner. Ohtani will go to third. And will Harper get to second? He will. Double for Bryce Harper with 2 strikes. How about that? Harper's, the pitch is, they're showing a replay. It's it's a tough pitch to hit. It's outside, and Harper just takes it the other way. That's one of the things, to me, you don't see a whole lot of anymore with the launch angle and all of that. Everybody's trying to hammer it out the park. Great piece of hitting by Bryce Harper there. Your hitter now is William Contreras, catcher from the Brewers. Burns is first to him with 2 outs here in the first, no score. Fastball is there for a strike. Contreras hitting 286, 55 batted in. That's pretty impressive. The 0-1. Contreras fouls it. It's in about around his knees, fouls it to the left. It is 0-2. Now let's remember, with Harper, he had 2 strikes on him. Did Burns, and Harper's able to still get a hit. Runners at second and third with 2 out for the National League here in the 2024 All-Star Game. First inning, pitch is in the dirt for a ball, slider at 89. Well, already been some drama here early with runners in scoring position for the National League, but there are 2 outs. The 1-2, and now Burns steps off. I'm not even sure what the rule is now about the pitcher stepping off. How often can they do that in an at-bat? Once? Don't know. 1-2 now to Contreras. Now, fastball at 99 low. It's called a sinker. 2-2. I'm not sure how they justify or how they can tell what pitch is what when it's thrown. So the 2-2 now from Burns to Contreras with runners at second and third. Breaking ball is low and inside. 3-2. It's a curveball. So Burns has struggled a little bit here going against the hitters of the National League in the top of the first. No score, though, yet. 2 outs, runners at second and third. The 3-2 to Contreras. Fastball nubbed off at the end of the bat to Burns. Flips it over to Guerrero and Guerrero Jr., Vlad, and that is out number 3. So there you go. So let's do this number. Okay, as I sit down real quick. 1-3 for the third out. So, what? We got no runs, 1 hit, and 2 left. We'll go to the bottom of the first. AL comes to the plate. No score. We'll be back in just a momento. Okay? So I'll tell you a little bit about those guys in the background that you see back behind me over my shoulder. I guess, what, that way? Yeah, right there. My back in the moment's pals. I'll tell you about those as time goes on during the game. So Burns got in a little bit of a jam there in the first for the American League, but able to, withstand it. I don't know how many innings that the pitchers go in the All-Star game. There was a time where they would pitch 1 inning, and that would be about it because they would have so many pitchers to go through and trying to get everyone to play. In this case, I'm not really sure that's going to be the case. All right, so we're about ready to start play, and we get to see the man of the hour on the hill for the Pirates. From the Pirates for the NL, Paul Skeens. He of the 1.90 ERA. 75 pitches of 100-plus miles per hour leads the major leagues. That's pretty impressive. 6-0 records, 11 starts. Does on occasion have a tendency to give up a gopher ball, but so doesn't a lot of the power pitchers, right? Skeens, to me, reminds me a lot of Nolan Ryan on the hill. And here's his first pitch to Stephen Kwan. Fastball is popped up at 98, going to go back behind the backstop. Contreras does not have a play. So Stephen Kwan, it's Kwan, Henderson, Soto, Judge, Alvarez, Ramirez, Guerrero, Rutschman, Simeon. for the American League. Stephen Kwan from the Guardians, and he swings and misses at a pitch that moved out of the zone left to right. The left-handed hitter does, hitting .352, by the way. So 0-2 now on Stephen Kwan. The next is a sinker at 94 on the outside edge, fouled off to the left. 0-2. 89 strikeouts through the first 11 career starts, fifth most since 1901 for Paul Skeens. His motion looks very free and easy. I'm hoping he doesn't have much arm trouble over the time. Fastball at 100, popped up by Kwan. The shortstop is there. That is Trey Turner, makes the play out in center field. One down. I got to get my pencil to work here. Okay, so now it is the shortstop Gunnar Henderson for the AL to face Skeens here with one out in the first. No score, bottom of it. And the pitch from Skeens is a sinker that's in there at the knees. Strike one over the middle. 94. 94 for the sinker. Wow. The 0-1, fastball swung on a miss, strike two, 99, upper left corner of the strike zone. Tough for the lefty Henderson to catch up to. See what Gunnar can do on 0-2. What does Skeens throw, do you think, here on an 0-2? What would you throw to a lefty? Fastball, he tried to rise it, did the old climb the ladder to 100, left to right mover, moved up and out of the zone, though. Ball one. Bottom of the first, no score. National League and American League. The 1-2 dribbled back to Skeens. He's got to hurry, though, and he does make the play on Henderson, 2 down. So now your right fielder, Juan Soto. If Soto gets on, it will be Aaron Judge. So the Yankees will come to the plate. Skeens had mentioned I'd seen that prior to this game, and he was excited about going against this AL lineup that's not seen him yet. So here's Juan Soto batting left-handed, of course, and he swings over the top half-heartedly at a sinker at 94 on the outside edge, shaking his head like, okay. 295 for Juan Soto this season. And the next pitch that got away from a slider outside, 1-1. And Skeens, I don't know, he kind of shaking his arm there. I'm hoping everything is okay. That looked kind of awkward. The 1-1. Now he throws a sinker that's outside, 2-1. I don't know here. I'm probably a little more disturbed than I need to be with that breaking ball that he threw. Looked a little awkward coming out of his arm. Now he throws a sinker at 93, gets Soto to swing over the top, 2-2. Pardon me there. So with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, no score, 2024 Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Now Skeens gets set. I think Soto stepped out. Now the 2-2 from Skeens. Fastball at 100, and Soto pops it up but straight back and into the crowd. Thanks for joining me. Furious Rally Sports, how you doing? It's your Uncle Phil with the All-Star Game from Arlington, Globe Life Field, Arlington, Texas. Again, if Soto gets on, it is Aaron Judge. The 2-2, curveball is outside. Now the count full. Now, Skeens has kind of been flipping his arm around a little bit when he's been out, his throwing arm with the ball in it. So I don't know. Here comes the 3-2 to Soto. Fastball is ball 4. Is it fouled or what? It deflected off the catcher and then went to the backstop, but I didn't know if it was fouled. They're going to say ball 4, so Soto walks. 2-out walk for Juan Soto, and that brings up the heavy artillery, the big fella. Now, Now, it glanced off, we're seeing the replay, glanced off Contreras' glove. So now we know what happened there. Got an itch. Hang on. First pitch, fastball is grounded to third. Bohm goes to second for the out, and that is out number 3. So Skeens, all right, gets through it. At the end of one, National League nothing, American League nothing. 2024 All-Star Game. Back in just a moment, okay? Okay, so it's, let's see, for the National League in the top of the second, you'll have Yelich, Bohm, and Teoscar Hernandez. That's the 6, 7, 8 hitters. There we go, for the NL. So you see it says back in moments up there in my Furious Rally Sports logo. The little fellas back there all kind of mean something to me. The 2 Pooh Bears I'll tell you about, those were ones I had as a kid. My sister-in-law was able to sew a replacement sweater on the, let's see if I can point there. It's kind of hard to do that when it's in reverse, but the replacement sweater on the Pooh Bear in the left, and also replaced an eyeball on it that it was lost over time. So I still have it. And then the other Pooh Bear was one I had ever since I was a kid as well. It had like a paint mark on it, like a green paint mark that got on it some years ago. And I'll tell you what works real well is I'm trying to remember now, the white sponges, the melamine sponge with water on it, and just rubbed it off, so that worked pretty well. I'll talk about some of the other ones later. But there you go. That's what that is. So we are back, so let's get back, shall we? Yeah, why not? Okay. So, again, no score as we go to the top of the second. It's Yelich, Bohm, Hernandez for the National League. And now in pitching is Tarek Skubal. His first pitch, the lefty fastball, is fouled to the right. Let me write this down. Tarek Skubal in the second to replace Corbin Burns. Okay. Pitch is a slider outside, 1-1 to Yelich. Skubal, the lefty, his pitch is on the outside edge. That is a strike. The Tiger has Yelich down. 1-2. Fastball, or rather a changeup, fouled to the right. We'll do it again at 1-2 here. Top of the second. No score, National League and American League. Yelich swings, fouls one, nubs it into his own box, if you will, his batter's box, and its count remains 1-2. Got to do this. Hang on. Sometimes. The 1-2 again. Breaking ball is grounded. They were shifted, and the shortstop was, and it's Henderson. He makes the play over second base, and that is 1 out. I'm not sure. That shift was kind of strange. I think he can still be. Let me get the correct lineup card here. There we go. And so 1 out. Maybe he was on the other side of second base, but it looked like he was really shifted. Now a pop-up from Alex Bohm to center and a can of corn to right center for Aaron Judge. There is 2 away. So Scooble doing a good job coming in relief of Burns for the American League. Teoscar Hernandez, the home run derby hero of last night. Pats the catcher Contreras on the shoulder. 261 with 19 homers. Leads the majors. 62 RBIs leads as well. Scooble, the lefty from Detroit, throws a slider that's up and out to Hernandez. First pitch to him, 1-0. No score, top of the second. NLAL. That pitch, a changeup at 83, misses. It's inside, 2-0. Wow, Hernandez is going. Tee one up for me, Tarek. And it's popped up, right side. And who's got it? It is Soto. Out in the outfield, makes it can of corn, out number 3. So, no runs, no hits, nobody left. In the top of the second for the NL. AL coming to bat, no score as we go to the bottom of the second. Back after this on Furious Rally Sports. So, okay, I had mentioned earlier about the folks there in the background. Let's talk about the Pooh Bears. The old guy Steeler, I never did come up with a name for that guy, but a friend of mine gave that to me as a garden gnome. Thanks, Keith, some years ago. Kind of a cool one. Kind of looks like my, no longer with us, my oldest brother Jack a little bit. Just a little bit. Then you see the volleyball. That's kind of my version of Wilson. Call him Fred. He's from back in that era. Bought him back in those days, and when that movie first came out, Castaway. But I will tell you that he's falling apart. You can't see it from here, but he is really falling apart. It's a time gets to us all, I guess. So there you go. There's some info about some of those guys in the background there for you, watching the game like I am, and then listen to me talk about it, okay? Yeah, there we go. All right, so we're back in now. You've got a left-hander in, and let's see who we got here. We have, it's Fried in pitching now, Max Fried from Atlanta. 1-0 pitch to Alvarez, and that is outside. 2-0 to Jordan Alvarez. That pitch is low. Four-seam fastball, 3-0 at 92. And the pitch is popped up to the left side. Is it playable? No. Ooh, 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 ooh. Bohm, the third baseman, kind of ran into the protective area with his jaw almost. He's all right, though. He's coming back to the field. 2024 All-Star game from Arlington, Texas, Globe Life Field. No score. Bottom of the second. The 3-1 count now on Jordan Alvarez. Pitch is low. Ball 4. So Alvarez walks. The Astro is aboard. And now it's Jose Ramirez from the Guardians, the third baseman, right-handed hitter. Looks like he's, what is he, probably about 5'11"? Stocky guy, though, and he hits one, pitches in on his hands, hits it to center, but a can of corn, and that is the first out. Here in the second, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the first baseman, already had a substitution out there in center field, but I'm not sure who it is out there for Aaron Judge. Max Fried pitching from Atlanta. One out, walked one, and then the pop out to center. Breaking ball in there for a strike to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Lefty to the righty. 288 is what Guerrero is hitting on the season. And 86-mile-an-hour pitch, grounded to short, going to get one, but that's it. The quick flip by Turner gets the out at second, 2 down. That's to Ketel Marte that he flipped that ball to. So now it's Adley Rutschman, your catcher from the Orioles, the 8th hitter in the lineup. Fastball outside corner, low part. Strike one with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. No score, National League and American League. That's a breaking ball or some kind of a mover that's hit to short and out number 3. Once again, the old 6-4 from Turner to Marte. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We go to the third. Zeros on the scoreboard in the 2024 All-Star Game from Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. You're with Phil O'Neill on Furious Rally Sports, and I'll be back in just a few. So I mentioned earlier, we were talking about the uniforms. This is going to be one of those deals where it's going to be a get-off-my-lawn moment for me, but the funky all-star uniforms they're wearing, it kind of looks like a neon 80s look, except it's also trying to look like a retro look with the letters kind of looking like something from Field of Dreams. I don't know. It doesn't really kind of work for me. Like NL's kind of got blue, and the AL's got kind of a reddish pink orange. I can't hardly tell what that is. That could be my TV showing me that. So anyway, I remember the day. Yeah, back in my day, Sonny, but I remember back in the day when it was exciting to see your team's favorite players in their uniform out on the field. Not the way it is, at least currently. I wish they would go back to it. I get it. It's selling jerseys and it's promoting the product. But, yeah, I'm not really a big fan of it personally. So it's Simeon, the number 9 hitter at second base for the AL, and then Kwan, the leadoff hitter, left field, and then Gunnar Henderson, the shortstop. Unless there have been some substitutions, which is very possible at this point. Taking a little bit of an extended break here. Okay, so let's see who's pitching here. First of all, as I said, it's Simeon, and he is facing pitch outside. It's Tanner Houck. From Boston. Pitch misses outside, a splitter. Makes it 1-1. To Marcus Simeon, the second baseman from the Rangers. That pitch is lofted to the right, and is it foul or fair? It is into the corner. Soto comes up with it, but it's only going to be a base hit. Wow. Only going to be a base hit. Wowee, wowee. Thought that could end up being a double, but no. Single for Marcus Simeon. Now Stephen Kwan. Got to remember in the All-Star games, lots of different people will be playing. You know, I said earlier there was a different player than Judge out in center field. I screwed that up. I was talking about the NL on that flyout last inning. And grounded hard to second, bounces off the shortstop. Everybody is safe. All of a sudden, I've got my lineup card all messed up here. Hold on a minute. So it's actually Profar that hit first, then Marte. Man, I got my lineup. Hang on a minute. That's what happens when you screw up your scorecard and turn it the wrong direction. All right, so now Shohei Ohtani now facing Tanner Houck from the American League. He walked his first time. 1-0 to him now. First and second, nobody out here in the top of the third. Pitch misses inside. 2-0. Ohtani awaits Houck's 2-0. And that is a changeup of some kind of splitter that's going to be hammered gone. To right center field. Shohei Ohtani. 3-run homer, absolutely blistered it. Kind of lofted it, and it was gone. 3-0, National League. Wow. Had to write that all in the scorebook. Not exactly what Tanner Houck was hoping to do in the All-Star game. But if you're going to give up a homer, that's a guy to give it up to. Ohtani. I was watching a game, I don't know, about a week ago. Ohtani was playing, and he hits a home run. That one was kind of more of the majestic homer. But the one he hit was just a line drive rocket, and they said it was 419 feet. To right center. And now a base hit to right, or to left field rather, by Trey Turner, the shortstop for the Phillies. So the National League coming out firing here in the third. Shohei Ohtani, that pitch was in the middle edge, and Ohtani just absolutely blistered it for the 3-run homer. 400 feet is what it's estimated to have been hit. Shohei Ohtani, did we expect anything less? I mean, I don't know. Walk in the park for him. Okay, Houck now pitches to Bryce Harper. Harper grounds to second, to short, to first. Gets them both. Double play. That's the way to get out of it. DP goes 4-6-3. 2 down now for William Contreras for the National League. National League leading here in the top of the third, 3-0 over the AL just moments ago. Shohei Ohtani, 3-run homer. Boom. Shakalaka. Boom goes the dynamite. Breaking ball fouled to the left. Boom goes the dynamite. William Contreras hitting .286 on the season. He grounded out in the first. Pitch is low from Houck. Sinker at 94 and outside. Evens the count at 1. Double play helps Houck, though. Trying to keep the inning to a 3 spot for the NL. Swung over the top of a splitter. Strike 2. These lineups are so potent, though. A 3-run lead, I don't know. May not be much of anything here. The 1-2. Breaking ball misses outside. Evens the count. Thanks for joining me tonight. Furious Rally Sports, it's your Uncle Phil. How you doing? And the 2-2. Swung on and missed. It's a splitter to got in on the hands of Contreras for the strikeout. Wow, what an inning, though, for the National League. It's a 3-run homer from Shohei Ohtani. And the Dodgers fella has the National League on top of the American League. 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. Back in just a momento. Okay, so my little fella's there in the background. Went through most of them. Oh, there's Spud on the right. I think my dad got that for me for Christmas one year. One of those. It's kind of like a Mr. Potato Head, but it isn't. The Steeler guy on the far right. And then just to the left of that, that's Punxsutawney Phil, one of those Thai Beanie Babies that my great-niece Katie got me some years ago. I still got it. So I'll tell you about the other two here in a little bit, okay? I can do that for you. And there you go. So we are in the bottom of the third inning now, National League. Let's see what, the American League. We'll see who the NL brings out to pitch. I see why I got off on the scorecard there last inning because of the fact that I've got the pitchers. I should have had I've got the pitchers and the hitters all on the same side, which you should kind of have those flipped, right, on my score sheet. It's okay. Minutia. Sometimes minutia eat you up, but I'm not going to care about it today, okay? So who's up? For the AL, it is Simeon, Kwan, and Henderson, who's on the hill for the National League. Logan Webb from San Francisco. 7-7 with a 3.47 ERA. Misses outside 2-0. That's 93 sinker. It's fouled to the right, 2-1. Simeon, and that is hit to right field, base hit. So Simeon aboard with a single here in the third. We go around to the top of the lineup again. Doing a little bit of a side interview here in between the bats. It's kind of how the games go, right? First pitch from Logan Webb from San Francisco, the righty, to the left-handed hitting Stephen Kwan. Kwan from the Guardians. The left fielder takes a 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0, up and out at 92. They call it a sinker. Okay. Runner aboard at first. Simeon just singled. Bottom of the third. 3-0 Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani. 3-0 NL on the Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani's 3-run homer in the top of the third. The 3-0 is low and inside, ball 4. Not the start Logan Webb was hoping for. San Francisco righty. He faces Gunnar Henderson now, the shortstop from the Orioles. Bottom of the third. National League 3, American League nothing. American League threatening here, though, a little bit. First and second, nobody out. Left-handed hitting Gunnar Henderson takes a changeup for a strike on the outside middle edge. He grounded out in the first, 286 with 28 homers. Or was that last season? I don't know what that graphic was they just showed, because I thought they said that one of the other players had led it with 19. I'm not sure what's up there. So anyway, Gunnar Henderson, the shortstop from the Orioles. 1-1, grounds it to the first baseman, Harper. He will take it himself. The runners do advance, 1 away. Harper had to backhand it with his glove. He looked to third. He's like, nah, I better hightail it over to first. Makes the play for the first out here in the bottom of the third. But the AL has 2 runners at second and third, and it's a base hit for Juan Soto to right center field, and it will score them both. 3-2 now. National League. Got to fill in the scorecard, folks. But the AL on the board with Juan Soto single. Well to the left of the second baseman, not much of a chance. Shortstop was shaded towards the bag. Soto grounds the base hit to center field and to right center, if you will, and gets the RBI. 2 RBIs. Pitch from Webb is on the outside corner to the right-handed hitting number 4 hitter for the AL, Aaron Judge. 3-2 now, National League over the American League here in the bottom of the third. 1 out. And pitch is outside, ball 1. I believe Soto just stole the base. He's at second. The 1-1, breaking ball misses well outside. The sweeper at 85 and low. 2-1. Yeah, those numbers I saw earlier were goofy. Home run leaders, Judge at 34, Shohei at 29, Henderson with 28. What? Sweeper misses 3-1 on the outside. I thought that might be on the outside corner, but with with Judge being a tall hitter, sometimes the strikes aren't called on him like that. The 3-1 fastball at 92, moving left to right. It gets by Judge as he swings and misses. Full count now. Well, tough for Logan Webb from San Francisco here, trying to work on the meat of the lineup. Breaking ball is grounded to third. Shortstop Bohm over to first for the second out. Runner does not move up. And it's Jordan Alvarez. Or Jordan Alvarez. Or Jordan Alvarez. I don't know. Jordan. And the first pitch is a ball to, actually, we got a pinch hitter now. It's David Fry. One on him now. I'm trying to scratch this in the book here. 279 hitter. Swung over the top now. 85 changeup. 1-2 from Logan Webb to David Fry. From the Guardians. Where's the number 6? Fastball. It's called a sinker, but it's a left-right mover up at 89. It's up and out of the zone 2-2. I don't know where they get that classification, but okay. That is a 92-mile-an-hour sinker that misses outside 3-2 to David Fry, the pinch hitter for Jordan Alvarez. Here in the third. 3-2 National League. Base hit to left. Will the runner try to score? We're going to have a play at the plate, and we will not. Soto scores. Tied at 3. David Fry, how about that, from Cleveland? That'll make the AL folks happy. Even at 3 now with 2 outs. In the bottom of the third. You know, it's like I mentioned earlier. These offenses, a 3-0 lead, Shohei's homer in the top of the third. I'm like, yeah, that's, even with the good pitching, that's not a big lead. There was not going to be much of a throw or play at the plate there. They don't want to get anybody hurt, I think, nowadays. We remember us older folks remember the Pete Rose plowing of, what was it, Ray Fosse in one of the All-Star games years ago. If I remember correctly, it pretty much ended Fosse's career. So let's see. Is it Jose Ramirez? It is. Left-handed hitter. Fastball in there from Webb for a strike. Been a rough inning for Logan Webb from the Giants. Cleveland Guardians third baseman is 0 for 1, hitting .271 on the season, 23 out of the park. That is a sinker moving left-right. Fouls it off 0-2. Just tuning in, National League 3. American League has tied it at 3 here in the bottom of the third with 2 outs. Runner at first. David Fry, who just RBI'd home the tying run. Pitches outside, a changeup. 1-2. Most RBI at the All-Star break. Jose Ramirez has 77. They had a couple of other Cleveland Guardians, Cleveland players, if you will, above him at the All-Star break. Wow. 58-37 is Cleveland, best in the American League. Got to make them feel good, huh? Breaking ball is a sweeper low. 2-2 now, the count from Logan Webb to Jose Ramirez. We're even at 3, bottom third, 2 outs. 2024 All-Star Game, Arlington, Texas. 2-2 fastball up and out at 91. 3-2 to the left-handed hitting Ramirez. See what happens on the 3-2 count with a runner at first. He'll be moving, of course. It's David Fry. Swung on a miss, strike 3, changeup, moving left to right. Ramirez tried to foul it, didn't catch it. Out number 3. However, wow, great inning for the American League. The NL got a 3-run homer at the top of the inning. American League answers back with 3 of their own. We go to the top of the 4th, 3-3 NLAL. It's your buddy Phil, Furious Rally Sports. We'll be back after this. So with my fans watching there behind you, I've talked about all but 2 there. The little black bear, don't have a name for it. It was my mother's when she was suffering from Alzheimer's before she passed away. So that's her little bear. I've kept that. Well, that's got to be, about 25 years old, somewhere in there. And then the Mr. Pickles, or Mr. Pickle, I think it's Mr. Pickles, over there to the left. A friend of mine's daughter gave that to me at some karaoke event. So I have it. It's still in my, I still have it. So it's the folks watching the game here on Furious Rally Sports. How about that? So quite exciting here as we are now into the top of the 4th, 3-3 National League and the American League tied up. Really tough to follow all the substitutions at various points with the pitchers because you don't really get that info until the inning suddenly just starts. And for the National League, it'll be Yelich, Bohm, and Hernandez, unless there are substitutions now here in the 4th inning. I'm not sure how the managers play this or what rules there are with the All-Star game anymore. It changes all the time, seemingly. So I'm guessing they want to play the folks that are starting as long as they want to start as far as the position players. So, again, Christian Yelich is the hitter for the National League. Who is our pitcher for the AL? It is who? It's Mr. Crochet from the 97-mile-an-hour fastball from the White Sox, Garrett Crochet. Strike on that first pitch. Next one. Fastball is up, 1-1. So it's been Burns, Fried, Webb, and now Crochet. Breaking ball at 90. Cutter swung over the top from the left-handed pitching Crochet by Yelich. It's 1-2. Fastball fouled off to the left. Here we go. Back up. Up Simba. Garrett Crochet leads the league in strikeouts, 150. Fastball way up and out at 98, and that thing comes zinging in there now. 2-2 to Christian Yelich. National League and American League tied at 3, top 4. Nobody out. Yelich grounds to third, over to first. Out number 1. Again, top of the fourth, 3-3, NL and AL. Pitch is outside to Bohm. He's 0 for 1. Alec is. Flew out in the second. Fastball is grounded to second, but it's going to get through. Seeing eye single to right. They were shifted a little bit for him to the left, which is kind of strange. So Bohm aboard with a 1-out single here in the bottom, or top of the fourth, rather. Crochet. First pitch is low, the cutter at 1-0. To Teoscar Hernandez, 261, 19 homers on the season. Right-handed hitter. That pitch is there. Fastball on the outside edge. To the Dodger from Garrett Crochet. 3-3, top of the fourth, 1-1 count to Hernandez. And swung on a miss. Strike two. His name, Teoscar. I heard several different pronunciations for him, but I think it's Teoscar. And the 1-2 from Crochet. Fastball swung and missed, strike three. That was impressive. Went up the ladder with that pitch. And now 2 down for Jurickson Profar, the left fielder. A runner at first with 2 outs for the National League. Tied with the AL at 3 in the top of the fourth. Fastball upstairs. As a ball. And the 1-0 is fouled off to the right. 98 up in the kitchen now, 1-1. Jurickson Profar improved from 242 to 305 right now. Last season was 242 up to 305, the left fielder. That's pretty good. Nice jump. The 1-1 fastball is up and out of the zone, 2-1. Well, you can tell Crochet likes to work up in the upper deck. Up in the second flight, if you ever played pinball and they have that second deck on a pinball machine, yeah. All right, the 2-1. That is a cutter fouled back. Evens the count at 2 with 2 outs. Top of the fourth. National League 3. American League 3. National League has a runner at first. Crochet comes set. Pitches. Breaking ball foul to the left. It's called a cutter. Count remains at 2-2. So Crochet's come in and pitched quite well for the American League. Shohei Ohtani, 3-run homer at the top of the third, made it 3-0. American League got all 3 back in the bottom of the third. The 2-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Profar grounds it to short. Up with it, Henderson over to first to Vlad Guerrero Jr., out number 3. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. You know what? Still 3-3 NL and AL in the 2024 All-Star Game. Furious Rally Sports. Back in a second. So for the AL in the bottom of the fourth, unless there are some substitutions, it'll be Vlad Guerrero Jr., Adley Rutschman, and also Marcus Semien. 7, 8, 9 hitters in the AL lineup. 3. I get all caught in my wires here if I'm not careful. 3-3 in the bottom as we head to the bottom of the fourth here in the 2024 All-Star Game. Yeah, I see one of the fellas that has responded in the chat. That's pretty funny. I showed up here and have yet to see a furious rally. Total ripoff. All right, wait a minute. Now, here's what I don't... Wasn't the AL's three-run rally a furious rally at the bottom of the third? I mean, I don't know. I'll see a comment here in a little bit pop up. Nice shirt, though, yeah. Thank you on that. That's pretty good. I love my peeps on YouTube. Okay, so we're about ready to get back at it here. Well, let's see. What was I going to tell you? Yeah, I told you Guerrero Jr., Rutschman, and Semien, 7, 8, 9 for the AL. I think I'm going to stay seated this. I'm not getting lightheaded. I'm just probably should stay seated this inning. And it is... Okay. It's Shota Imanaga pitching now for the Cubs, from the Cubs for the NL. 1-0 to Guerrero. Fastball is fouled back. Imanaga on here in the fourth. Fastball is, wow, Vladimir Guerrero loses his bat. Swung and missed, 1-2. Madly writing in my scorebook. Guerrero lost his bat there. Boy, oh boy. They're showing him, he's like, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. He's getting all set again. Oh, my goodness. That's pretty funny. I'll tell you about the chat here in a second. And a pitch, fastball grounded to second. And up with it and over to first to Harper. With the out number one here in the bottom of the fourth. What am I trying to write a single in there for? Wow. Okay then, from Vlad Guerrero Jr. All right, Adley Rutschman, the catcher for the Orioles now. With one away here in the top or bottom of the fourth, tied at 3. Fastball fouled back. Back. 0-1. Rutschman from the Orioles. That pitch is a splitter that Imanaga throws. That's a pretty nasty pitch. In on the toes, if you will, or the back heel of the hitter. Swung over the top, 0-2. With one out here in the fourth. Bottom of it. 3s on the scoreboard for both the NL and the AL. Your 0-2. Fastball is popped where? To the right. Is it playable? Nope, into the dugout. That would be the American League dugout on the right side. Adley Rutschman, first Orioles catcher to start the All-Star game since 1987. Who knew? All right, the 0-2 to him from Imanaga. The Cubby comes home. That is a splitter, pop to right. Is it playable? It's going to be foul. Foul. Yeah, Yelich wasn't going to be able to get to that one, so he kind of just let it go. Count remains 0-2 to Rutschman, catcher from the O's. It's not been that long ago. Remember when the Orioles were they were awful. They were awful, awful. And now all of a sudden they are loaded. The 0-2. Imanaga's breaking ball. Did he go over the top and swing? Yes, he did. Strike 3. So he went, did Rutschman. 2 away for Marcus Semien, the second baseman. I'm going to lose my paperwork here. Hang on a minute. Even when you have your paperwork, you don't have your paperwork. Bottom of the lineup here. Semien, the Ranger, takes the breaking ball from Imanaga. It's called a splitter, but it's a left-right mover. It's inside and low. Ball 1. Fastball at 92 comes zinging in there, fouled back to the right. I mean, the breaking ball, when it's that slow, when you put a fastball at 92 in there, it looks almost like 102. At least I would think it would. Semien, the 1-1, he does with this. Fouls a 91-mile-an-hour fastball to the right. Bottom of the fourth, National League 3, American League 3. 2024 All-Star Game from Arlington, Texas. Looks like a neat field down there at Globe Life Field. The 1-2, fastball, the catcher Contreras tried to frame it. It was like a foot below the strike zone when he tried to pull that glove up. Yeah, if I'm an umpire, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not giving you that. 2-2. That's called framing, that's for sure. And the next is the splitter down low, almost in the dirt. Fills the count now at 3-2 to Semien. With 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. AL 3. NL has 3-2. 3-2. And a fastball, it's ripped to left. Is it going to be caught? Oh, yes, what a nice catch out there in left field. I'm not sure who caught that. Oh, it was Profar. Profar made a great catch of that fly ball out in left. Smoked out there, but for, oops, wrote that in the wrong spot. Out number 3. We'll go to the 5th. 3-3 NLAL in the All-Star Game. Back in just a momento. Oh, the furious rally. See, sometimes I'm not very good with jokes. Joke in the comment said that's correct. Didn't see any furious rally. Why? What? Yeah, there was one in the bottom of the third, and yeah, I kind of ruined the joke. Yes, I did by being too literal with it. Sometimes I've always wondered if I'm a little bit autistic when it comes to jokes. I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, I take things too literal and I can't see it. Can you be autistic with jokes? I don't know. Anyway, we're in the top of the fifth now, or we're heading to it. 3-3 National League and American League. The NL will have, I'm not sure now that we're in the fifth that we'll have some substitutions. Ketel Marte, Shohei Ohtani, and Trey Turner do here in the fifth, but we'll see. For sure we'll have a new pitcher because they've been bringing out a pitcher an inning, both teams have. So we'll see what happens here. So how you doing? Hopefully your night's going pretty well. Okay, it's a righty to face. Yeah, let's see. That is. Now Miller is the pitcher. Marte pops out to left. One away. So Mason Miller on the hill now for the American League from the A's. Shohei's 3-run homer. He's now up to bat here. In the top of the third, gave him the lead, but the AL answered right back. Pitch is on the outside corner at 101, lower edge. To Shohei. Breaking ball in on the back foot, misses. It's a slider. Mason Miller with a 2.27 ERA leads Major League's relievers. Or there was another stat there. I guess I missed that. But anyway, 2.27 ERA. Fastball, 102. Low middle. Strike. 102. Yow. Ohtani. Here in the top of the fifth with one out. The 1-2 swung over the top. The slider on the back foot can't get it. 2 away. Now, I could see why Miller, everybody's kind of hopped up on that guy. He has got some stuff. When you strike out the guy that hit the 3-run homer earlier, well, that's something. Miller misses with a 104-mile-an-hour fastball in the dirt. If you see him, he looks like he's 18 years old. I don't know how old he is. He's a young-looking fella. Pitch to Trey Turner now, still in there. The shortstop from the Phillies swings and misses. That is 1-1. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the third. And the pitch is a slider. It misses outside. 2-1. 3-3 NLAL, top of the fifth, 2 outs. The 2-1 fastball is swung on and missed, 2-2. Turner's going to have to really try to catch up with that baseball, man. It's got some gas on it. There have been some substitutes out in the AL field, by the way, which they just showed. Fastball up and in, and at 103, that's 3-2. I believe Osuna is, now I'm not sure who's at first base. I saw that yellow sleeve, and I thought that was Osuna. I'm like, he's playing on the field? The 3-2 from Miller. Trey Turner fouls it back. Fastball into the backstop. Even at 3. NLAL, top of the fifth, 2 outs. The NL's Turner waits for that 3-2. Miller puts one on the outside upper corner, slider, strike 3. Nice. Pretty impressive. We go to the bottom of the fifth. NL 3, AL 3. Furious Rally Sports, the 2024 All-Star Game. Woo! So it's Harper, Contreras, and Yelich if there haven't been any substitutions in the lineup here for the National League in the top of the 6th. So let's see what happens here. I would imagine we're getting to the point now where substitutions usually happen in the game. They want to try to give each starter, I think, 2 at-bats? It's kind of a guess. See who comes in to pitch now for the National League. And let's see, who do we have here? Fastball, it's Green, it's in pitching now. Hunter Green from Cincinnati. 0-1, throws a slider that another Green swings over the top at. 0-2. That's Riley Green. So we're starting to see the substitutions here. I said, let's see here. So Riley Green, he will hit 196, and it's out to left center, but underneath it is, I'm not sure who is out there at the moment. Hang on. Makes the play, though, 1 out. Yeah, with the lineups changing around here, I'm going to have to really keep my eye on everything now. Corey Seager, the shortstop. Here in the bottom of the 5th. 3-3, we're tied. Pitches outside from Hunter Green at 85. Seager hitting 270. And that ball fouled back. Texas Ranger has a 2-2 count on him now. In for Gunnar Henderson at shortstop. The 2-2. That is drilled to right field, but foul. He absolutely clobbered that one, but well foul, and we'll do it again. 3-3, National League and American League. The bottom of the 5th. With 1 out. This one he does not miss. 96 miles an hour, hit the right center. Oh, it's caught. It's caught right in front of, that's Hernandez out there for the Dodgers that makes the catch right in front of the 410 mark. I thought for sure that one was going to go 2 away. He absolutely clobbered it. I'm sure Seager thought he got all of it, but Hernandez just goes, no problem. About maybe 2 steps from the fence, something like that. 2 away for the AL. Hunter Green doing pretty well from Cincinnati on the hill. 0-1 to Santander. Yeah, he's batting now. So hang on a minute, I can get that. He's pinch hitting for Juan Soto. And that's grounded, a base hit. Two-out single. For Anthony Santander. Thank you, from the Orioles. There we go. So who's hitting for Aaron Judge then? It is Duran from the Boston Red Sox, left-hander. First pitch was 0-1. Next one is hammered, absolutely drilled. Did he get it out, Jarren Duran? Yes, he did. Wow. Boy, Jarren Duran will think about that one for a long time. He's got the rest of his life to think about it. Two-run homer from Jarren Duran. And that makes it 5-3 National or American League. So Santander singled, and then Duran said, I'll do you one better here. Boom. That one off of Hunter Green. That pitch was red-lettered. I mean, it was right down the middle, and it got right out of the ballpark. 5-3 now American League here in the bottom of the fifth. Fastball swung on. It's David Fry who pinch hit and got a single RBI in the third inning. That tied the game. Swung over the top, slider, 0-2 now to Fry. AL now leading 5-3 in the bottom of the fifth, thanks to Duran's two-run homer moments ago. Fastball is at 97, popped up. Shortstop or third is there. Let's see. Is it Bohm? No, it's Trey Turner. Makes the play. Out number 3. Big inning, though. For the American League, the two-run homer. Santander singles, then Duran with the two-run homer. And that makes it 5-3 American League as we go to, as my pencil decides to break, as we go to the top of the sixth. Back in just a few moments, once I get myself organized. So 5-3 American League as we go to the top of the sixth. They're doing their stand up to cancer moment at the ball game, and there isn't a single one of us that hasn't been touched by that at some point in our lives. Family member or friends, right? It's a good moment at the ballpark. Folks holding up their stand up to cancer signs. The lineup for the National League here in the sixth, if they stay with it, and I'm suspecting quite a few substitutions here now, it's supposed to be Bryce Harper, William Contreras, and Christian Yelich. But let's see what they end up doing here. 5-3 on the two-run homer to take the lead from Jarren Duran from the Boston Red Sox. How about that? Just absolutely clouded one to right center. Hunter Green, the pitcher for Cincinnati, he left it out there. That's for sure. Left it right in the old wheelhouse. Let's put it that way. Happens. If you've I don't know what it is about pitching. I remember pitching in high school, and like that's the same as this. But they talk about baseball or football being a game of inches. Well, you're just a few inches off on a pitch in baseball, and it's going to go for a ride. A few inches the other way, and they swing and miss at it. So in this case, Hunter Green left one out there, and Jarren Duran just absolutely smoked it to make it 5-3. How did we get here as they're still doing their stand-up to cancer information? No score until the top of the third when Shohei Ohtani hit a 3-run home run. Just a majestic homer to right center, and that made it 3-0. Do you think the AL would go quietly? Of course they wouldn't. 3 runs of their own in the bottom of the third inning, and it was just kind of they just kind of singled everybody to death with Simeon, Kwan, Soto. Soto had the RBI single that scored 2. And then, let's see, it was David Fry pinch hitting. He singled home Soto from second base. So that made it 3-3. And then moments ago in the top of the fifth, let's see here. I'm trying to find Anthony I got to say this again. Santander. Thank you. I'm looking right at my pronunciation list here. Anthony Santander got aboard with a single, and then Jarren Duran. Smack. Left-hander hits one to right center, and it was gone, and it's now 5-3. American League as we go to the top of the sixth. Okay, we're back to play here real quick. Cole Reagan's pitching now for from Kansas City, the lefty. He throws to Bryce Harper. Fastball is outside. Reagan's is next to Harper. Is outside a cutter, and it's 2-0. The next one from the lefty, and Harper has just clobbered one to left center, but underneath it maybe at the track is the center fielder for one away. William Contreras now. Unless they pinch hit for him. And of course they do. It is Reagan's on the hill from the Royals. It's Will Smith. And he has popped one to right, and that one is foul. Kind of in the area out there at Globe Life where the outfield kind of juts out. Not into play, but into foul ground. 5-3 American League, top of the sixth. Reagan's on the hill for Kansas City now, the lefty. That pitch is low, changeup outside at 85. From Cole Reagans. The 1-2 to Will Smith from the Dodgers is outside. It's a cutter, 2-2. 5-3 American League, top of the sixth. One away. Smith will look at the next one from Reagans. Ground ball goes underneath Reagans' glove. The shortstop almost runs into the second baseman, throws it away. It's an error. So Smith aboard on the E6. Tough play, though. And that's Bobby Witt Jr. that's in there now that could not come up with the play, but he did almost collide with the second baseman, so I can understand that. So with one out, Smith is aboard on the air. Freddie Freeman now, hitting .291. So he's batting for Yelich. Again, the substitutes or the reserves are coming in now for both teams. That grounded to right, or the right side first baseman is short, and then over to first. Did they get to? No. Nope. So on the fielder's choice, Freeman's aboard. And let's see, is it Alec Boehm or not? At second, or at first base, the throw back. And the first baseman was not able to get on the bag, back on the bag there. Who is playing first base now? I can't even. Yeah, I can't even. It's Naylor playing now, second base, or first base rather, for the American League. Josh Naylor, the first baseman from the Guardians. And they're taking forever to look at the replay here. I don't know, what are they looking at? Writing each other Christmas cards? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, putting the radio voice to work. Thanks, Keith. That's what we're doing. All right, so it was a double play. All right. Okay, fine. I didn't think it was a double play, but okie dokie. That will end the top of the sixth. Let me get all organized here. 5-3 American League as we go to the bottom of the sixth. Back in just a second once I get all squared away here. Wow. All right, I thought for sure they were going to just continue play there. Really did. Okay, so we're heading to the bottom of the sixth. 5-3 American League in the 2024 All-Star Game with your old buddy Philly. Phil O'Neill with Furious Rally Sports. Thanks for joining me. Now, let's see. What are we? Well, who's due, but they've been getting substituted here in the sixth and in the fifth and sixth quite a bit. It's Ramirez, Guerrero Jr., and Adley Rutschman. That's what we're supposed to see from the American League, but I don't think that that's going to happen here. We'll see some substitutions. Wonder who we'll see for the pitcher for the National League here in the sixth. Been a different pitcher every inning. Corbin Burns started. Max Fried the second. Logan Webb the third. Imanaga in the fourth. Hunter Green in the fifth. And a fastball from a lefty to the shortstop over to first. And that was Paredes that is hitting. Oh, that happened quick. In the sixth, he is out here to start the inning. It's Christopher Sanchez now pitching, the Philadelphia Philly, the lefty. Fastball grounded to first. Flipped to Sanchez, second out. That's Naylor from the Guardians that just grounded into that 3-1 out. 2 away. There's been a lot of substitutions in the field as well for the National League. Quite a few, as a matter of fact. And are we making a pitching change here? We've got a bunch of people gathering. Tony Lavullo will what? Here with 2 outs. Probably just trying to get different players in. So we'll have a pitching substitution here. And I'm not sure who's coming in. I'll let you know in just a second. Okay? Hang in. Why, thank you, my good man. Dale, nice comment. Thank you, buddy. It's a lot of work. Man, I tell you, the toughest part, I think, of doing this stuff is it's really trying to watch the game and write your stuff down in the scorebook and then trying to follow. The problem is when you look down at the scorebook momentarily, you look up and something else is going on. I used to do this years ago, but I'm thinking to myself, am I that damn slow doing this stuff now? I don't know. I'll get better at it, though. All right, so we got 2 outs here in the bottom of the sixth, and National League have decided to pull their pitcher was Christopher Suarez, and the lefty. They're just trying to get Sanchez, correction, thank you. And I'm not sure who they're bringing in. They showed a player real quick, but with the uniforms, you can't tell who anybody is. And let's see. Lopez pitching here from the Atlanta Braves. And he is pitching to Salvador Perez. And now all of a sudden, 1-2, fastball swung and missed by Perez. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, 5-3 American League over the National League. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. So there you go. Oh, I put that in the wrong side of the scorebook once again. All right, let's go back here. So Perez K's for the 3rd out in the 6th. So 1, 2, 3 they go in the 6th. We go to the 7th inning. National League needs a couple runs. They are down 7-3. I'm sorry. Jeez, this is the 7th. They're down 5-3 as we go to the top of the 7th. Back in a moment on Furious Rally Sports. I mean, really, I'm seriously going to be back. So I'm reading the comments, and yeah, sure, Pat, I need an assistant. Are you volunteering? Are you volunteering? Sure, I could always use the help. Yeah, it is a lot. There is no doubt about that. And my nephew basically talking to me about how he came for the NL rally, but he's not seen one yet. You are disappointed. I know. Well, I don't. What do you got? I mean, I'm looking here at the. It's really hard to go through the lineup and then the reserves. I mean, you got De La Cruz from the Reds, Arise from the Padres, Pete Alonso still on the bench, Marcelo Zuna, Elio Ramos from the Giants. I mean, they've got some people to throw in there to try to get those runs back. So I don't know. Wonder who's going to pitch here in the 7th for the AL. Reagan's pitched the 6th. Don't know. 5-3 American League. Shohei Ohtani's 3-run homer in the 3rd. And then what happened? Shohei's homer, then the American League just went right back and got 3 then. And just a bunch of singles. Juan Soto got a single, scored 2. And then who was it? I'm trying to remember. Got to look back at my scorecard here. Was it? It was David Fry that got a single that tied the game at 3, and then a 2-run homer from Jarrett Duran from the Red Sox made it 5-3, and here we go. As we go to the 7th, it's Seth Lugo pitching. Fastball is inside. That's Ellie De La Cruz just on cue. He swings over the top. Now 1-1. The next fastball is outside. 2-1. 95 on that one. De La Cruz, kind of guy that he could smoke one out pretty easy. That's a breaking ball, foul to the right. 5-3 American League here in the top of the 7th. How about this? De La Cruz has 46 stolen bases this year. That's pretty good. Fastball is hit to left. Center is going to get down. Yes, it will be a single, and De La Cruz thought about turning into a double, but opted not to. De La Cruz aboard with the single for the Reds, from the Reds rather, for the NL. Okay. Let's see who's batting now. Well, De La Cruz will probably take off. That's the kind of guy he is. We want to see some excitement here in the All-Star game. Lugo throws a breaking ball. That's a strike to Merrill, the hitter. And the next pitch is a curveball that misses to Jackson Merrill. He has hit one to left field, line drive, great catch. Yeah, big eyes making the catch there. He did a good job sliding on his backside. That is the Detroit Tiger that made the play. And sometimes some of these guys, I must be getting old trying to catch up with who's who, right? All right, so now you got the left-handed hitting Reynolds to face Lugo. Pinch hitting for Profar. That's a base hit to left. So, the one-out single. It is first and second. De La Cruz not able to advance because the ball was hit in front of him to left field. So again, the starting lineup's now getting really jumblinaed. Let's see, McMahon now hitting for the NL. Left-handed hitter, fastball is, well, no, it's a slider at 89. Caught the outside part. Here in the top of the seventh. National League threatening. Breaking ball in there for a strike. To McMahon from Lugo. And that one is in the dirt. Curveball. 1-2. Ryan McMahon, the third baseman from the Rockies. The 1-2 with Lugo with two runners aboard, first and second, with one out in the seventh. Top of. Swung on a miss, strike three. Second out of the seventh. Shohei would be long gone here after his three-run homer in the third. Walked homer and struck out, so we have, who do we have hitting here? Marcell Ozuna. Right-handed hitting power hitter, breaking ball outside. And that is ball one. Yes, somebody's hoping for a furious rally in the NL. I don't know. The 1-0 breaking ball in there for a strike to Ozuna from Lugo. Seth Lugo. Trying to keep the NL off the board here in the seventh. Grounded to short. Tough play over to first. Ozuna not running fast, though. Naylor catches it, and that is out number 3. Yeah, I don't think Ozuna runs very fast at all this anymore in his career. So nothing on the board for the National League. As we go to the bottom of the seventh, it is the American League 5, National League 3. Furious Rally Sports back in a flash. I see my volunteering. Yeah, I suppose it would be volunteering. Yeah, I gotta. Once I start making money, I'll get somebody hired to help me. That'll do things. But Pat, I could appreciate the help, or a 6 pack of. I don't remember. Were you a Mountain Dew gal back in the day? I can't remember now. If you were Pepsi, it's been too long ago. To high school, that's all we had, right? I don't think they have soda machines at the high schools anymore, do they? Not that I know of. So there was no furious rally by the National League in the top of the seventh. They left two, and we go now to the bottom of the seventh. 5-3 American League. 9 hits for the Nationals, 5 for the American folks. And who's on the hill for the NL? I really don't know. Let's find out. We will here in moments. I don't know. Are we doing a 7th inning stretch here? Not sure if they are or not. Maybe they already did that. I don't. No, they're not. Okay. It's Suarez pitching now. Here in the 7th for the National League. Fastball is in there. 1-1 the count. It's Westberg hitting. Fastball swung and missed, strike 2. It's the bottom of the lineup. Jordan Westberg, the third baseman for the Orioles, swings and misses, strike 3. Fastball, 100 miles an hour up in his old wheelhouse there. 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Okay. Who do we have here? Is Riley Green still hitting? He came in the 6th. I would imagine he probably is. Foul to the left. Oh, and 1 there. It's Robert Suarez from the Padres pitching now. National League fastball is in there for a strike at 100, right down the middle. 5-3 American League over the Nationals. The bottom of the 7th. Padres pitchers next. Foul to the left by Green. By Green? It's 0-2. Riley Green from the Tigers, the outfielder. He made that sliding catch on his rumpus on a line drive last inning. Fastball swung and missed, strike 3. Boy. Robert Suarez coming in here and just blowing the gas. 2 down. For the NL in the top of the AL rather, in the bottom of the 7th. And now we have another one of those 2 outs, and we'll bring somebody else in because we're trying to get everybody to play. Okay. So, with that in mind, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th and the AL leading the NL 5-3, back after this, whatever this is. Okay, so 5-3 with 2 outs, American League here in the bottom of the 7th. And with those 2 outs, it's the lefty pitching from Philadelphia, and that is Strom out there now. Matt Strom, 1.49 ERA. And I got to get him in the scorebook here. Breaking ball fouled back. It's Bobby Witt Jr. batting now for the American League. .323 hitter. Fastball fouled back into the backstop. 0-2. Two outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 0-2 to Witt Jr. Breaking ball ripped, fouled on the left field line. From the lefty to the right-handed hitter, you know how that works. Make a mistake with that, and he time it right, it goes out of the ballpark. Matt Strom now trying to get out of this one, or keep the AL at 5 runs on the scoreboard. He did. Strikeout. Swung on and missed by Bobby Witt Jr. So, we'll go to the 8th inning. National League better get going. American League has you right now, 5-3 in the 2024 All-Star Game. You're joining me, Phil, your Uncle Philly, Phil O'Neill, Furious Rally Sports. Back in a momento. Okay, 5-3 American League as we go to the top of the 8th. Let's see. The 3-run homer from Shohei Ohtani in the 3rd made it 3-0. American League answers back with a bunch of singles, scores 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, ties the game at 3. Then let's see. What do I got here? Yeah, Jarren Duran, 2-run homer to the Red Sox. 2-run homer in the 5th gave the American League the 5-3 lead. That's where we are as we go to the top of the 8th. I'm not sure who we're going to have pitching, or it's Kirby Yates from the Rangers pitching. And I'm writing this down very quickly. Pitching to C.J. Abrams, who is Fastball in there, strike 2. Took it. Abrams batting for Trey Turner. The shortstop, and that pitch swung over the top, strike 3. One away here in the top of the 8th. Your number 4 hitter in the roster, or in the lineup, is due now. C.J. Abrams, by the way, the shortstop from the Nationals. And now, what do we have here? It's Ramos batting for the National League. Fastball, swings and misses. Strike 1. That's Elio Ramos from the Giants. Ball in the dirt. Kirby Yates. Top of the 8th, 5-3 American League. National League needs some runs. Grounded foul to the left. 1-2. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I sat down. I would not have been able to stay standing up and writing all these changes in the scorebook. That's for sure. Okay, the 1-2 to Ramos from Yates. Fastball swung and missed. Strike 3, 94. Did not catch it. And my pencil just broke. Did you hear that? Tunk. 2 down. I have been accused in the past of being a heavy writer with a pen or a pencil. Yeah, I kind of think I put about 1,000 foot-pounds per square inch down when I'm writing. I have no idea why. Maybe I liked the number 2 pencil back in the day, or the big fat ones we had when we were in kindergarten. Fastball outside. And Will Smith is still batting now. He came in the 6th for William Contreras, the catcher from the Dodgers. 1 for 1. He singled. Are they calling? Yeah, they're 1 for 1. I thought that was an error on that ball that they. All right, well, I can fix that in the scorebook. I thought that was an error. The ball was thrown well away, but all right. 2-0. Yates grounds to 3rd. Up with it and over. And that is out number 3. Wow, the NL is going very quietly here. We go to the bottom of the 8th. American League still leading 5-3. I wonder who's in the pitch next. Find out in a moment. So I wanted to go through this real quick while we had a moment of the players that were on the team but did not play, either injured or did not pitch. Fernando Tatis Jr., go with the National League first, injured. He was originally selected as a starter. Tyler Glasnow, the Dodgers, injured, the pitcher. Zach Wheeler, right-hander for the Phillies. Ryan Helsley from the Cardinals, the righty. Neither one of them, of course, pitching tonight. Ranger Suarez from the Phillies, the lefty, will not pitch, and neither will the left-hander from the Braves, Chris Sale. American League, let's see here. Jose Altuve was originally selected as a starter from the Astros, the second baseman. He's hurt. Kyle Tucker from the Astros, the same. hurts. Carlos Correa from the Twins, injured. Rafael Devers, the third baseman from the Red Sox, injured. And the right-handed pitcher Logan Gilbert from the Mariners, not pitching in the All-Star game. But all those players were elected to the team. Again, we're going to the bottom of the eighth now, 5-3 American League. If the batting order holds, which I don't think it will, we'll see some other substitutions as Santander, Duran, and David Fry do for the AL. I'm not sure pitcher-wise what the National League has left. (5-3) again, American League in the bottom of the eighth. Let's see who the lefty is in. Now, Santander is still hitting. It is Scott. Tanner Scott, the lefty from the Marlins. Good fastball at 97 in on the hands of Santander. He fouls it back. 0-2. Bottom of the eighth, 5-3 AL over the NL. 2024 All-Star Game. Next pitch, fastball outside at 98 with some zing on it from Scott. And Tanner's got a little bit of a zip on that fastball now. The 1-2 to Santander. And that is fouled to the left. Ball and 2 strikes. You know, how much money do you think it would cost to go see every ballpark now? I remember how people used to do that. It would cost you $100,000 over a lifetime? I don't know. The 1-2. Pitch is upstairs, a slider at 88. Evens the count. I mean, that was, people used to talk about doing that and used to read stories about that all the time. I don't see myself doing that. Popped up by Santander to right. And it's caught for out number 1. Jarren Duran now the Red Sox. 2-run homer that gave the AL the lead in the 5th. It was clobbered, too. Hunter Green from Cincinnati left the pitch right. I mean, he left it right down the middle, and boom, shakalaka, it was gone. Right center. Fastball is outside. And is that who's hitting? Yeah, it is Duran. I wanted to make sure they hadn't substituted him. 3rd Red Sox player to homer in his All-Star Game debut. Wow. Fastball upstairs. 2-0 from Tanner Scott of the Marlins. 5-3 AL. Bottom 8. 1 away. Fastball is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Bottom middle, I guess. 2-1. Boy, I think Duran might have wanted that one back. That was grooved. Next one is a breaking ball. Slider swung over the top, 2-2. Again, Duran's 2-run homer in the 5th gave the AL, and they still hold it, the 5-3 lead. The 2-2 grounded to second and over to first for the second out. David Fry came in and he hit in the 3rd, had an RBI that tied the game. I think we may have disappeared there momentarily. Back up. Not sure what that was about, but okay. Streaming is not is not an exact science, from what I can tell. I'll be back. Hang in there. Jeff Hoffman from the Philadelphia Phillies, 1.12 ERA. The righty in now. Pitches outside. This to Castro now, the hitter. The left-handed hitter fouls it to the left, 1-1. It's Willie Castro, the infielder from the Twins. Pitches, whoa, strike. Didn't look like it from the strike zone that's superimposed. 1-2 now. Hoffman now to try to close this eighth out. Base hit? No. To the third baseman. De La Cruz actually playing short, but it's out number 3 anyway. So we go to the 9th to try to close it. Let's see who comes out. 5-3. The American League leads the National League. I'll see you in just a second here on Furious Rally Sports, okay? In just a moment. So I don't know. I think about this as we go to the top of the 9th and perhaps the close for the American League. I can't even tell. Looking at it, it looks like they've used all their pitchers, but sometimes these rosters, you print them off online, and sometimes they're inaccurate. So I'm not sure who they have left. Is it Munoz from the Mariners? Kind of thinking that might be their guy. We'll find out. The National League. Well, there's going to be Freddie Freeman's due. De La Cruz and Jackson Merrill, but we'll see if there's any other substitutions as there have been throughout this game. That's the way these AL-NL games go. Make your scorecard an absolute mess. I remember when I would keep score when I was younger. I think I'd run into the same problem I did then. I had no problems keeping score early, but when they started doing all the substitutions and moving people around, that's when it made it pretty tough. Yeah. All right. So it's Emmanuel Clase. And there's a guy that's in to close this one out. He's done it before. Fastball fouled back from Pete Alonso. So Alonso pinch hitting here in the ninth. 19 homers, fifth in the National League. Clase fastball, 101, swung on and missed. They called that a cutter. Who says that's a cutter? Showing the motion, I mean, that looks like a fastball to me. I don't see anything cutting at all there. Okay. However they do it, fine. The 0-2. Clase's fastball cutter at 101 is fouled to the right. I call baloney. That's no cutter. What's his fastball, 110? I remember Mariano Rivera's cutter. That was a cutter. Clase is something else on the hill. The 0-2. Now that time, okay, at 100, I saw a little bit of movement. All right, I'll call that one a cutter. Okay, I'll give you that one. Pete Alonso's going, help. 5-3 AL over the NL, trying to close it. The AL is here in the top of the ninth. The 0-2 to Alonso. Oh, slider at 93 that looked like a grapefruit coming up there slowly, and a strikeout. Pete Alonso swinging and missing. Yeah, that's not fair. That is not fair. One out here in the ninth. The AL looking to get the win. The National League won last year. American League trying to start their own streak. It is De La Cruz hitting. The left side, fastball is low from Clase. 101. I'm sorry, a cutter. I'm just going to call it a cutter every time from now on because I guess it's the same pitch he throws. 1-0 to De La Cruz. Clase, cutter fouled to the right. 1-1. Okay. 1-1 to De La Cruz from Clase, trying to close the ninth. Fastball from the AL pitcher outside from Cleveland, 1-2. 2-1. 5-3 American League over the National League. 2024 All-Star Game from Arlington, Texas. See if De La Cruz finds one to hit him, 2-1. And that is grounded to the right side. Second baseman up with it over to first to Naylor. Second out. Let's see who pinch hits here in the ninth. Let's see. No, it's Merrill. He's still hitting. Jackson Merrill. Ground ball nubbed. It is fair. And Clase cannot make the play safe. Merrill's able to beat it out. Infield single for Jackson Merrill. That'll make him happy. He didn't exactly hit it hard, and he should have been out number 3, but was not able to make the play. Runner's kind of in the way of the throw. Naylor not able. He gets off the bag, and so there you go. Jackson Merrill, the outfielder from the Padres, is aboard with 2 outs in the ninth. Let's see here. Reynolds pinch hit. It's viewed as a hit. Brian Reynolds, the outfielder for the Pirates. He takes 0-1, the cutter, for a strike. 284 with 18 homers. Reynolds fastball fouled to the left. 0-2 now. You know, if you're a guy like Brian, you know, like Reynolds, I mean, Brian's got to be thinking, I don't want to make the last out of the All-Star game. Really, I don't. Just want to pass the bat on, let somebody else make the last out. If that happens. With the 5-3 lead, the AL, the 0-2 from Clase swung and missed, fouled into the glove, strike 3 caught. Clase gets the save, and the American League wins the 2024 All-Star Game 5-3 over the NL. Wow. So, what a game. Just jotting some stuff down here. Yeah, well, let's kind of go over what the scoring was here with the game. National League started it off. 3-run homer from Shohei Ohtani in the 3rd inning. That made it 3-0, but the American League put a bunch of singles together, and let's see, what was it, 4? Including Juan Soto. Juan Soto had a single, and that doubled home 2. That made it 3-2, and then David Fry pinch hitting, got a single and tied it at 3 there in the 3rd. Then the big blow is the Jarren Duran, the Red Sox 2-run home run for him in the 5th as he was pinch hitting for none other than, how would you like to be this guy? You pinch hit for Aaron Judge, and you hit the game-winning 2-run homer. 5-3, and that's the way we finished. Some great pitching performance. Clase looked very good. I don't know. To me, the most dominating pitching performance might have been Mason Miller from the A's. There were a lot of good performances on the hill, though. But the American League gets the win 5-3 in the 2024 All-Star Game over the National League. So, time for me to say goodbye. It's your old buddy Philly. High school games coming up. I'm working on those. We'll see what's going to happen in the fall with Illinois, Missouri, and Iowa. I was so glad to try to get a test up in Iowa, a couple of weeks ago. And we hope to do some baseball and softball games up in that neck of the woods next summer. So, for your old pal, Phil O'Neill, I am signing off from the 2024 Major League Baseball All-Star Game, where the American League wins over the National League 5-3. I will catch you next time. So long for now.